Hey guys, this is Lawson, and we're hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
Earlier this year, I tweeted something about you guys because I first heard of you guys, and as soon as I tweeted it, there were so many fans that tweeted back. They're like, "Where have you been? Why haven't you heard of these guys before?" I was like, "Wow, that's amazing! You guys already have something big going on."
Yeah, I think we've not really been to America before, but like properly, this is the first time we've done the East Coast run. It's the first time we've been promoting a single. But I think social media's played a part in, getting us overseas and stuff. So yeah, it's good.
And I've heard it's always hard to make that breakthrough out in the States or vice versa. What has been the most difficult thing to come out here and show the world who you are?
I think it's just such a bigger place. Obviously, we're from the UK, and America's 40, 50 times the size of the UK, so it's going to take 40 or 50 times as long to kind of break this amazing country. But we're willing to put in the work, and we're going to be over here for pretty much the next year and a half, 2 years, just kind of working our asses off and travelling around, playing every show we can, going to every radio station we can, and doing every interview we can, just to get our music out there.
That's cool. And you guys also recorded out in the States this time around. The first time wasn't in the States, right?
We did both. The first time was half in London, half in LA. We did it down at Henson Studios, which was awesome, great experience. And this time around, we did it all in Nashville, which was really cool. So we rented a house out there, and we all lived together and stuff. And yeah, it was such a great experience being surrounded by such great musicians and that whole music vibe, and it was great.
I'm always curious how musicians that are out of this country, how do you guys go about as far as figuring out where you guys want to end up recording, or because it's not, you can't just meet up for a meeting, here and there all the time. Everything's going to be online.
It was actually our producer. We found which producer we wanted to have, and he suggested Nashville because we thought he lives in LA, probably end up coming back out here and doing it again. And he said he wanted to go out there to Nashville to a place called Blackbird Studios, which is an absolutely incredible place. And we just jumped at the chance. So we loved it out there. It's great. It's such a good place.
Very cool. And coming into this record as opposed to your 2012 record, how do you guys feel you've improved or you've grown as musicians and writers as well?
We've matured as writers 100%. When it's just practice makes perfect, isn't it? Really, anything you do more of, you get better. So definitely became better writers, better musicians. We got tighter as a band, a lot tighter. So that was all good. And for us, it's just about just playing as many shows as possible. And if we can play to as many people as possible, and we'll have us, then we're there.
Let's talk about the production of this record. Is there anything you guys did differently that you guys might have done on the first record that you didn't want to do on this record, or vice versa, you didn't do on that first record that you wanted to try on this album?
It was a much better setup this time. We could be recording drums and everything downstairs and be doing that, and I could be upstairs working on guitar parts. We sort of split the studio in two. So it allowed us to be a bit more creative. We had the time to go and experiment with things, and I could say to the lads, come upstairs and listen to this. Do you think it's any good? And they'd be like, no, it's terrible, and I'd have to go back upstairs and carry on chipping away at it. And we kind of did, instead of just doing all the songs, like doing drums for each song, we did each song a day. So we could finish the song by the end of the day, do a day a song, hear it at the end, and then decide if we needed to change it in the next morning. And it really was like a really productive way to do the album, and quite experimental as well. We really had a lot of scope to do whatever we wanted this time, which was a lot of fun.
Was there a specific song that took the longest to make, or you guys redid that song many times? You guys probably even trashed it for a while and then brought it back?
There was a song called Roads that took actually a while to do.
You got rid of that song?
Yeah, it was our latest single in the UK. So that took a while because we weren't happy with the sound of the acoustic at the beginning, basically. So when that song starts, it's like boom, ga, ga, boom on the acoustic, and we just couldn't quite get the sound that we wanted. It needed to sort of sound not very good, if you know what I mean. But because we were in Blackbird and we were recording on these amazing guitars and amazing mics, everything sounded like $1 million, and we didn't want that sound. We wanted like a bit of a raw sound. So that actually took us ages to do, and we ended up actually recording the acoustic for that one song back in England in like my studio, like on like basically like a 150 quid mic rather than a £50,000 mic, and to be honest, it made it sound a lot, not better, it was worse, but it was better for the song, because it was a vibe, you know what I mean? So
did you guys want more of a grungy kind of style for this kind of music, or for this record this time around?
I think it just depends on the song.
Yeah, it wasn't really grungy. It was more just kind of quite raw.
Okay.
I think it was the kind of sound we wanted, wasn't it?
Yeah, especially for that song. Like, there's some songs that you want to sounding really polished and really crisp sounding guitars. Then obviously there's other songs that bring across a different vibe, and you want it to sound a bit, really kind of rock and roll, and just don't really care. Just get it on, and you don't want it to sound too polished.
Now, Roads ended up being the first single that you guys released from this upcoming music, and it's about to hit radio out here in the States as well.
I think so. Yeah. Well, it was our most recent song over in the UK, and I think it's available over here on iTunes, isn't it? I don't think we ever released it full on. We just put it out there to see what the vibe was, kind of thing. And I think we're actually promoting a song called "Standing in the Dark" right now, which is going to be the first single in the US.
Okay, so you guys are going to be mixing it around from the US to back
we're
home.
going to the first song from the new album in England was Roads, and I think we just kind of put it out worldwide just to get a vibe from it. But the actual song we're going to push over here first as the first single is going to be "Standing in the Dark." So yeah.
Very cool. And this is the first, not the first show, but it's been a while since you guys have performed out here.
Yeah.
How excited are you guys to get this kind of vibe, especially here at the Troubadour?
We're just so excited. Like, we did this venue once about 2 years ago, and it was one of our favourite shows we've ever done. It's the venue's got so much history. It's kind of, this venue is rock and roll, and the way it's kind of set out, the crowd are kind of all around you, they're above you, and it's so intimate, but still kind of got that kind of big epic feel. So yeah, tonight's gonna be a really special one.
Yeah, and you guys have performed major shows in smaller venues as well. How do you guys change up your set every time to fit that performance?
Sometimes you have to make the songs a little bit more intimate to suit a smaller venue, because we love doing the whole gang vocals thing, so when we recorded the album, all four of us would be in the vocal booth just basically chanting the chorus in unison, and sometimes when you translate that to a small venue, it's difficult, because our sound man's looking at us and he's his hair's up here, you know what I mean? He's getting blown away by it. So it's more suited to an arena sound, to be honest. And in the UK, we're lucky enough that we can headline arenas and that, and it's fantastic. But in the US, we're actually looking forward to getting our hands dirty, you know what I mean? Starting from the beginning. Yeah. Starting from scratch, starting some really small venues, and because that's how we started in the UK. We got to the arenas, and that felt like it felt like more fulfilling because we deserved it. So it wouldn't be right for us to just come over to America and just go straight onto an arena tour, you know what I mean?
You guys want to start all over from the States?
Absolutely, mate. We want to start again. We want to build, and we want a good foundation there of real fans who appreciate the music, and they can come on the journey with us then, and hopefully, next time we're talking to you, might be playing the Staples Center. Who knows?
I don't doubt it, to be honest with you. But speaking of other shows, I heard you guys kind of went into Warped Tour while you guys were recording in the studio, right?
Yeah, that was good fun. Me and Adam went down there. It was actually Joel's friend was from back home. He was working at Warped Tour, so we got in touch and was like, mate, you got to get some tickets. So we went down while these two were recording, and we got on stage, French Shikari, and
that's a good one to go check out.
We had a good because we don't have anything like that back in the UK. There's no kind of touring festivals, and it was amazing to see because it's like a rock and roll circus. You just see hundreds of tour buses. It's great.
Now, is that something you guys would be down to do? Do you guys see yourselves doing? It's all good. Bless you. Do you guys see yourself doing it's a rigorous tour. It's a big summer tour, but do you guys see yourselves doing a major festival tour like that?
Yeah, we'd love to. I mean, I'm not sure our music would be perfectly suited for that because it's quite a heavy festival, and we're quite pop rock. And even though our live show is really rocky, I'm not sure we'd fit right there on the bill. But
give it a good go.
We'd definitely say yes. We'd love to.
We love winning people over. So even at the beginning of the set, they're like, "Who are these four English guys?" Hopefully by the end of the set, they'd be jumping around and they'd be like,
I think,
"You know what? I enjoyed that guitar solo. Fair play."
Our set's really rocking. We're just four musos at the end of the day, so we like to really show off, that side of our songs and our individual instruments, and I think we get that across. Yeah, I think we'd succeed in that.
Very cool. Now with the album dropping, how soon will it be dropping? Do you guys have a name for it yet? Where are you guys at with the record, actually?
We're going to be releasing an EP first, kind of sort of to wet the whistle of America, if you will. Just a taster of basically what we've been doing in Nashville, and some of our favourite songs from that, and an old one as well, Standing in the Dark, and just to get people into it and see if they like the sound of the band, and something to promote, and because we've got no music over here yet, and I feel like we come over and we do a gig with no music. It's amazing that we get to do the Troubadour. I mean that is a massive honour, but we feel like we owe our American fans some music first before this all kind of goes on the journey that we hope it does. So I mean, it'll be within the next month or 2 months or so. So it's imminent.
Can we expect maybe some tour, like a U.S. tour coming up anytime soon?
We'd absolutely love to. Yeah, we're keeping an eye out right now for any touring opportunities we've got. There's some news coming in for October in the next couple of days, which hopefully we'll be able to come here off the back of and continue that. But there's definitely, we're going to be over here a lot more from now on. It's the main focus. So
you guys are already looking at a place to live?
Oh yeah, we actually are. We genuinely are. We're like, listen, we need to dedicate time to America to really, you know, maximize the opportunities out here. So.